robbed, rigged, fix, absolute fix. You just knew it was going to happen, innit? You just knew Manchester United were going to draw Liverpool. Like, I smelled this a mile away. Like, I didn't have to watch the draw. I knew it. And you know what's worse on top of that? I knew City will get who they drew. I didn't know the exact team, but I knew they'll get a team like that. I knew it. The last FA Cup round, the third round, was, the ties were nothing to write home about. Let's be honest. No one was really interested, other than the Liverpool-Aston Villa game, which turned into a bit of a blowout because they had to play there under freeze. No other game really got the pulses really racing. I mean, the Crawley Leeds game, that turned out to be a shock. But other than that, I mean, Newport and Brighton, they went to penalties, but nothing was really, really that exciting. So they had to make something exciting this round. Man United versus Liverpool. And we're playing Liverpool on Sunday, and we're going to play them back to back. Like, I'm not even mad. That's the thing. I'm not mad because the big games, this is what we want. But why us? Why do we have to be in the big game? Why couldn't it be Liverpool, Man City? Why couldn't it be Chelsea, Arsenal? No, Man United, Liverpool, Man United. It has to be us. And it makes the next 2 weeks now massive. It's season defining. As I said in a few weeks ago, I was saying that the League Cup, you got the League Cup, you got the FA Cup, you got the Premier League, season defining. It really sets up your season. It sets up the season really from both Man United and Liverpool now, not just us. Because you lose in the Premier League, you're struggling now, probably behind Man City in the title race. You get knocked out of the FA Cup, or you can win as a European trophy. Like, the next 2 weeks is going to be something. Now, you may get a case where one of the teams win the Premier League game, the other wins the FA Cup game, so everyone's kind of a bit happy, I guess. Everyone's satisfied. But the team that loses both, you're done. You're finished. You can't go back on social media. The team that wins both, your chest is high. You're loving it. So, listen, it's the FA Cup, innit? We love it for a reason. It's not the be-all and end-all, but you want to win. You want to win. And, some teams seem to get it easier than others. And some teams get it harder. I got a few guests in the background. Both are going to be happy. One, because he doesn't know anything but to be happy. The other one, because they bloody drew Cheltenham. Cheltenham? Dude, Cheltenham is like a football team. That's a race course. It's a bloody race course. No, I'm done. I'm finished, man. Yannicka, Zane. I'm going to go to Yannicka first. Zane, relax a bit. Relax. Chill. Yannicka, how have you done it? How have you drawn? Who did you have in the last round? Birmingham. Then you got Cheltenham. Like, what kind of judge are you and Rose pulling over there?
Do you know what it is, yeah? Every draw for us is an easy draw, innit?
Oh, shit.
So it is what it is. We had Man United in the Carabao Cup. We knocked them out. We had Arsenal in the round before that. We knocked them out. That's not our fault. But nah, I know what you mean. I'm joking. We have had easy draws. I think City a few years ago, though, never got easy draws. And then all of a sudden, the draws seem to be more favourable for us. But saying that, Chelsea and Spurs also, I know Tottenham used to get Chelsea all the time. But then since they stopped getting Chelsea, they have even easier draws than us because they even got an easy draw in the Carabao Cup. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, listen, Jose is working his magic this season with them draws. Now they got the easiest draw in the Europa League, the lowest ranked side. They got the lowest ranked side in the FA Cup last round in Marine. Then they've drawn Wickham just now.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's not just us.
And then who was
we're the only team that have the hard draw, really.
Yeah, literally. Fulham got Burnley, and that's the only Premier League tie. Before I bring in Zayn, I'm gonna bring up the actual draw. So we got Cheltenham, Man City, race horses. Put a bet on for that. Bournemouth, Crawley, Swansea, Nottingham Forest, Man United, Liverpool, Southampton, or Shrewsbury versus Arsenal.
Oh,
So that's not.
That might be a
that's,
difficult one.
yeah, that might be a good tie actually. Southampton, Arsenal, if something to go through.
Mm-hmm.
Barnsley, Norwich, Chorley, Wolves, Millwall, Bristol, City. 1 second. Then you got Brighton, Blackpool, Wickham, Tottenham, Fulham, Burnley, Sheffield United, Plymouth, Chelsea, Luton, Stockport, West Ham. They're playing tonight against Doncaster. Brentford, Leicester, Everton versus Sheffield Wednesday. Zane, I mean, when you saw this draw, what was your first reaction?
First thing I thought, as soon as they draw out Cheltenham, I thought, I bet they get City. And then guess what happened? City straight away. And I thought, I knew it, bro. I knew it. And then afterwards, when they called out you lot, I thought, you like Balotelli, why is it always me? I just knew. It's gonna be. I knew it. And then I thought, I'm done with this. After that, I just switched off. I'm done, man. I told her, there's no point now. Do you get me? It's no point. So fuming, bro. Do you know what? The thing for Liverpool, right? You need to understand this. Every season since Klopp's come on, we always get Prem teams in the cup, to be fair, in both cups, every season without fail. Do you get me? And I'm not gonna lie. All I did was straight away was look at the fixture list and see what games we're playing before and after the 4th and the 5th round. If I'm honest, looking at the fixture list, I want to knock you out the cup so you can't win that competition, and then bun it after that, man, because we've got Champions League and all that kind of stuff. So
wait, no, okay. The next round is on the 20. Is it 20th? Yeah, so sorry.
23rd.
23rd. Yeah. Okay, yeah, so Man United. So Man United, we've got 17th against Liverpool. Then we got midweek. Then we got midweek against Fulham. Then we got Liverpool. Oh, you got Burnley. Okay. Then we got Liverpool in the cup, of course.
Yeah.
And then we got
Tottenham. See, we got Tottenham the next.
Okay, we got Sheffield United.
Exactly. So we got Tottenham. The only good thing is it's like a 6-day break, so that's not too tough. So we can still play a strong team. You get me? That's not a problem.
Well, the funny thing is though, because obviously you've drawn Premier League sides in like very often since Klopp has been there, but you often play your weaker sides in the competition, because he wants to focus on the Premier League and the Champions League.
So
it will be very, very interesting to see what team he puts out, knowing that he's got Tottenham coming up. It'll be very interesting.
Hey, Neeks, do you know what's so peak about this, right? On the 6th of Feb, we play Man City. Then the 9th is the 5th round. And then the 13th, so the game after the 5th round is Leicester City. And then after that, we got Leipzig, bro. Do you know what I mean? So I'm telling you now, get the 4th round done and bun the 5th round done. You know what? I don't care. Let West Ham, Stockport, whatever. I'm done. Do you get me? Bun the 5th round. As long as we knock you lot out, so you can't win another trophy, I'm good, bro. Because we got to concentrate on the league and Champions League, bro. So the kids can come out for that one. I like business, bro. I like business.
This is the 5th round draw. So Fulham or Burnley versus Bournemouth or Crawley. Man United or Liverpool versus Stockport, West Ham or Doncaster. Sheffield United or Plymouth, Millwall, Bristol, Chorley or Wolves versus. So that could be a good one. Wolves versus potentially Southampton or Arsenal. Barnsley or Norwich versus Chelsea or Luton. Everton or Sheffield. So Everton versus Tottenham could be a good one if they get that. Then we've got Swansea. Look at that. Swansea or Nottingham Forest versus Man City.
Where's Man? Yeah, do you know what I mean? What again? Plus apply. Do you know what I mean? It's like that's why they win trebles all the time. This lot, man, because they don't get no decent teams, right? So you can
to be fair,
to get me, no.
We don't get the hardest draws, but when we do get a hard draw, we do win. So, do you know what I mean? It's not.
I hear you, Yannick. No, I do. Obviously, you won all your trophies.
The worst team for us to get is Wigan, because Wigan are the only team that can consistently knock us out. I'd rather play Man United than Wigan. I've seen us knock Man United out.
So what I say, right? You get. So I say you get the hard teams at the right time. Do you get me? When do you know what I mean? This is the worst time to get hard teams. So you got the league going on. You got Champions League. You're not getting them in the end, like the semis, the finals, where things are calmed down. Do you get me? Where it's not as mad. Whereas January it's peak. Do you get me? So you lot can't say nothing because you lot always get the blind and get the.
The thing is, it's like even City, when they won the domestic treble, and obviously it's like everyone knocked everyone out. Like all the big teams knocked each other out, and then Wolves knocked out Man United. So you're like, oh, and Wolves were going good in the Premier League. They were like 6th, 7th. You're thinking, all right, Wolves get to the final. That would be a good final. Wolves get knocked out to Watford, and Man City blow off Watford. How much Wolves are scoring that game? Watford, Man United, Watford, Man City. Was it 5-0?
5-0.
Yeah, some blowout. Blowout in the final. You're like, all right, at least Man City can get a tough final, make an interesting game. Like, obviously, I respect Man City because he said when they get a tough team, they do beat them.
Yeah.
But I mean, why we have to get them in the 4th round? But you know what? It's funny because I was saying the other day, the whole argument about Social get knocked out in the semis, can't get past the semi. So if we get knocked out to Liverpool in the 4th round, is that better? Are people going to be like, oh, he didn't get knocked out in the 4th round of the semis this time? Because I don't know. Like for me, getting to a semi, I'm not saying it's an achievement, but I'd rather get knocked out in a semi than get knocked out in the 4th round. At least you beat some teams on the way. At least there was a bit of hope for a few months that you might win it. Why you shaking your head, Zane? Go on.
Do you know what? Now, Neeks, right? I was lucky enough, like when they're playing like football, like my school team was half decent, right? And we've done quite well, won some cups, leagues, whatever during the time I was there, right? But there was one game we dare not lose, right? And that was the semi-final. Because if you win, you get the big school assembly. Everyone has to stand up. Everyone's looking at you. Do you know what I mean? It was a big thing. Oh, yeah, you got the final. Your parents are coming out for the day. They're all going to watch you. It's a big thing, right? And regardless if you win or lose the final, right, you still get a medal or something for the day, right? Where with a semi, if you lose, you ain't got a nitrogen trophy, bro. It's peak, bro. So from my point of view, I've got that instilled in me, man. So
maybe now, because the semi is at Wembley, it's like you go all the way to Wembley and you lost, you didn't even get a medal to show for it. For me, if a semi was like how it used to be in neutral ground, you go Villa Park, whatever. You win it, you lose it, you lose it. It's not a problem. Yeah, but you go to Wembley and you haven't got a medal to show for it. It's just all in the memory. I was there. Then it's nothing in it. But it'd be interesting. I was saying that because like people, you look at the LeBron James and Michael Jordan comparison, and people are like, well, Michael Jordan got to 6 finals and won them all. LeBron's got to 10 finals and won 4. But I'm like, yeah, but Michael Jordan played more than 6 seasons. So what about all the years that he didn't get to the final? Nobody kind of counts that. So it's like getting to the final and losing is used as like a stick to beat you with, as opposed to not getting to the final at all. Lampard got to 1 final, got knocked out in earlier rounds in other comps. No one says, oh, they're bottle jobs. No, they got knocked out earlier and no one remembers it. That's all it is. So he said, we'll see in it. We'll see if we can. I'll put it like this. Zane, which one would you rather win at this stage? Win on Sunday on the 17th or win on the 23rd?
No, win both, man. Damage the league, knock you out the cup. And then, I told you, bun the 5th round. That's a buy for anyone else, bro. Put the kids on. I like business, bro. Do you know what I mean? It's done. I don't care. Because fundamentally, as long as you lot don't win a trophy, man. Now, do you know what? Because I'll be honest, right? I'll keep it on the real with you guys, right? The way Alfie, man, the way he was picking up the 3 semi-finals, man, it's like you lot are accepting mediocrity now. Do you get me? And that's bad, man. Do you know what I mean? We've got to semi. Yeah. What? You don't be celebrating that. Do you get me?
I don't think people are celebrating getting to a semi.
Well, Alfie was, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
But it's the case of whether or not you're gonna overly criticize losing the semi. So do you see? It's about whether you see progression or not in getting to the semi or whatever. That's the only question. I don't know if he was celebrating getting to the semi, but that's where we got. Can you take a positive from it or not? But listen. I mean, City basically got a bly through to the quarterfinals. So exactly. Yannicka, I mean, you lot must be. At this stage, you lot are favourites to win the cup. You lot are absolute, especially with the form that you've come into. FA Cup, yeah. You lot are favourites.
Do you know what it is with City as well? Like, because I was even surprised against Birmingham because I really thought Pep would rest a lot of our first team. But like, what I respect about Pep is he does take every competition seriously. I like that about him. I was a bit annoyed because I didn't think De Bruyne needed to be anywhere near that pitch. I don't think we needed him. But, he played him. Diaz, I didn't understand until I found out that Laporte and Aki are still injured. So we kind of had to play Diaz or Stones. And out of the 2 of them, Stones is more injury prone. So you have to play Diaz, out of the 2. But yeah, I like the way that he doesn't disrespect any sort of team. He'll go out there You know, he could have thought, oh, it's Birmingham and played like some kids, but he didn't do that, which I like that about him. So I just think, you know, whoever we get, we're going to play a strong side. So, yeah, I think, obviously, Cheltenham, we should be beating Cheltenham. You know, it is that simple.
Cheltenham.
And then,
Ain't that
obviously, when we get through,
come
Swansea are going to be out to beat us simply because of that controversial decision last year when there was no VAR. So they're going to want to beat us. So
bit more cheating on City's part there. Bit more cheating there on City's part.
Can I ask you a question?
Well, it's not cheating. It's not cheating. There was no VAR, and the ref didn't do it. So what we're supposed to do is the player supposed to say, "I was offside." Rule out the goal.
That old money's gone far for City. Boy, I tell you, you paying off everyone.
Do you want Yannicka? Do you want the?
You know what? Years ago, though, like when we won the FA Cup the first time and stuff like that, we weren't getting easy draws. It's only recently. I know Liverpool have had a hard time, but United used to always get the easy draw. You used to always get it. You don't get it as much nowadays.
Yeah, it's a tough one because we've
stopped paying.
Go on.
You know, things got slowed down, innit?
Yeah, when the Sheikhs money came in, what was it, 2008? And they said, listen, whatever Fergie's giving you, we'll double it. It was all downhill from Man United after that. Go on, Zay. What are you gonna say?
What, like,
yes.
I don't really mind who we get, because the way I see it is, if you want to win it, you have to beat the teams in it. You know, you can only play who's in front of you. Do you know what I mean? So if you knock out Liverpool, do you know what I mean? Like, that's not our fault. We can't play Liverpool as well. Do you know what I mean? They're out. Or if they knock you out, you're out.
How convenient! How convenient that one of us are gonna knock the other one out for City's behalf, innit? Because what will happen is, I'll tell you right this: listen, Yannicka, whoever wins this game between Man United and Liverpool are going out in the next round, and Man City are there licking their lips like we didn't have to play either.
But you know what it is, though? Do you know what it is? Because normally the draws have a few hard games in. So if, for example, Everton got Spurs, obviously you got Liverpool, Arsenal got Chelsea, that sort of thing. If that happens, then I see what you mean. Because if City get Cheltenham, then all of the big sides are going out. But apart from your game, all the Premier League teams should win their games. Obviously, Fulham and Burnley, one of them's going to win. But Tottenham should be going through. Chelsea should be going through. So we could get Chelsea, Tottenham, Everton. We could get any other team apart from either Liverpool or United. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, the next round's already been drawn. But again, the Premier Leagues aren't playing each other. So the quarterfinals or the semi-finals are going to be like, if, say, City are in it, it's probably going to be City, Everton, Chelsea, Tottenham. It's going to be these sorts of teams anyway. It's going
to be City.
So we will draw them.
It's going to be City, Tottenham, Chelsea, and Chorley. And City's going to draw Chorley. Go on, Zay. Go on, Zay.
Tottenham will get Chorley, trust me.
Nah, do you know what? I was going to ask Yannicka.
City, like, they'll get Brentford or whatever. And I was like, we will not get Brentford. Like, and Tottenham got him. You know, so it happens. Like, we don't. I'm not here to say we don't get easy draws, because we do in some competitions. But I've also been here when we've had hard draws and no one's batted an eyelid. So it is what it is. I think it's swings and roundabouts, in it, like they say.
Go on, Zay.
So, do you know what, Yannicka? I want to ask you something, right? I honestly think, right, the Carabao Cup, I think it's 50-50. I think Jose, he's like your kryptonite. I've got this feeling about him that brother, he knows how to win finals. He don't feel no way about parking a basket one chance. Son scores it, bang, that's it, game done. Look down for the rest of the game. So the way you're smiling at the moment, because you're kind of happy, let's be honest, right? You're kind of happy with the draw. But I just think that Jose's got your number. What are your thoughts about the Carabao Cup final? Do you think that's closer game than it actually is? Yeah,
I'm not confident. Our record against Spurs is not great. The only person that's ever beaten Pep in a final is Jose Mourinho. So it's one of them things where it's not guaranteed anyway. But I think Spurs always give us a hard time. I actually looked up our record against Spurs. because I wanted to see what it was. And we've actually won 76 against them, lost 76 against them, and we've drawn 36. So our record is actually evenly drawn. And when you look at the history of City and Spurs, it's like they'll go 2 years where they can't beat us, and then we'll go 2 years where we can't beat them, and then it flips around, and then there's a few draws thrown in there. So it's I wouldn't.
Well, you know the funny thing is, because when you came up into like top 4, it was Spurs you were challenging, so you was like 4th and 5th, and that 1 year, they just edged it. Peter Crouch, near post flick, he scores, and then the next year I think you lot beat them to get into top 4, and then obviously you lot kind of pushed away, won a few Premier League, and then Pochettino with Spurs, they edged like 2016, 2017, they were challenging for a league, but they obviously never won it. So yeah, it's always been a bit close between City and Spurs.
Do you know what? What's mad as well?
Do
you know Tottenham? They always genuinely win it when the year's won, innit? Like 81, whatever, right?
Said,
Guess what? That's what they're saying. So maybe it's kind of written in the stars. You get me that? Because
they're a cup team. Spurs are a cup team. If you look at how many cups they've won, they don't really win the league. Like they've only won the league twice in their history, but they win cups. So that's what I'm saying. It is kind of like that's not an easy final. That's probably the hardest team we could have got in the final, because we've beaten.
I'm happy about that still.
We've beaten Liverpool in the final before. We've never got Man United in the final, but I feel like we might beat them.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean? But I think Spurs are the team that I least wanted to see, to be honest. I don't like playing Spurs at the best of times, partly because I hate Spurs as well. So it's even worse. Like if we lost to Aston Villa last year, fair enough. Obviously I wouldn't want to lose, but not that bad. If we lost to Watford, not that bad.
Listen, Jose's judges mad, because even when we won the League Cup and the Europa League under Jose, we got the easiest draws. And I was shameless. I was like, well, you can only beat who's in front of you. We played Southampton in the final. We made hard work of that. We played like Ajax under 13s in their final before they were good and got the Champions. Like, it was just, who was Celta Vigo? It was so easy. And we made so hard work of it. But I'm like, I don't care. Europa League champion, double winners. Double winners.
So Neeks, right? Neeks, go on. Tell me, because you haven't really said you've said a bit, but what is your initial reaction? You're like, oh man, what again?
I was like, rigged.
Are you confident or not?
No, I'm not confident. Listen, Jan 17, isn't it? Jan 17. That's the only thing that matters. I can't even think too far ahead, if I'm going to be honest. We got Burnley and we got
Burnley first. You're really thinking ahead because you're thinking.
I can't think too far ahead. I can't think too far ahead. But it's there. Like, as much as you say you're driving, you can see in front of you, but you have to keep your eye on your peripheral because things can happen. So you just have to, you're cruising along and you just keep an eye. You're like, all right, this guy is trying to come over to my lane. You ain't coming over to my lane. Let me speed up a bit. But you have to make sure you don't crash into the person in front. You have to keep an eye on everything. So I see Liverpool Jan 17. I'm not even looking at the FA Cup one because I don't know what team we're going to put out. Both of us. I don't know are we going to rotate? Or I'm not saying a whole second team, but are we going to rotate? Or are we just going to say, you know what? It's basically like a Premier League side. Gung-ho, go for it. I don't know.
Well, I can guess from my point of view because we got Burnley before we play you in the cup, right? So more than likely he won't go for full strength against Burnley, depending.
No, but you have to. It's the Premier League. You can't not go full strength in the Premier League, regardless of who you're playing. You have to go.
Burnley, bruv, though, man. Come on.
What does that mean? You lost to Southampton. You drew with Newcastle. You drew with Fulham, and you drew with. Wait, Burnley's probably the worst game for you. You lot don't beat anyone in the bottom six. You have to go full strength.
But I'm going to say this word again. You're going to go, but Thiago.
And with that, guys, that is the stream. Listen, we're going to be recording our podcast now offline, so the audio will be out tomorrow morning. We'll get out tomorrow morning. So Ramsey will be hosting that. So yeah, make sure you just stay tuned to Neeks Sports for all of that. We're going to be doing a Man United Liverpool preview later on the week. We'll get Zayn on for that as well after the Burnley game. We've got to focus on that first. No, we're not preempting nothing. Focus on that game. See where we stand. Level games, and then we then we go from there. So make sure you stay tuned, hit the like and subscribe button, and we will see you lot soon.
Bro.